Like, I wanted to do this video, and it's an honor. It's an honor. It's an honor of MLK. Because, like, for me, like, for me, you can say what you want, even though a lot of people have a negative thing about him in the sense of, integration destroyed our communities and that they were tricked. I mean, he pushed for us to desegregate and for us to join, in the community with whites. But integration was used in a business deal that took our businesses, and many people are critical of him for that. For that. But when someone laid down their life, whether they made a mistake for what they laid it down for, me as a man, the type of man I am, like if I'm there and you try to, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not. I can be there. Like it's a lot of things. Like if I'm walking down the street and I see a man like beating a woman, I don't care what the circumstances are. I'm not gonna let you do that. Not in front of me. So I want to give this speech in honor of him and without the negativity. Just in honor of what, like in honor of his legacy. Because, and when I get into it, when I dig into it, I want to dig into it in this manner, like this. Because, a lot of parents, they sacrifice a lot. And they really do, like how he did, they sacrifice their lives for their children, They'll sacrifice them to go to school and a child to go to school and be a piss his life off, He don't even realize the sacrifices that were made for him. He don't. He just go like, that's his life and he can piss it off how he wants, go to college or something and get high as a kite, fly off like a damn balloon, that's his life. But he don't realize who his parents had to humiliate themselves and whisper to somebody and beg and humiliate, if you can help me, if you can, because I need to send him, I just need to send my child some money. If you can help me, you don't know. They don't know the sacrifices that are made. I'm like, you have a child to get them a car, you might go into some bank and it's one person in that bank trying to help you, and you'll tell them of your, you'll go in there and that one person, you have to talk to them and tell them some type of story that's humiliating. Like, I did it and and they say, okay, I'm gonna help you. Like that. They don't know, these like people now that you can talk about him, okay, but you don't know what he sacrificed. And if you don't, well, in this video, I'm gonna give you at least a tidbit of what it means when somebody give their life for people. Now, well, that's enough of that. Now, MLK, Martin Luther King, what he did, he was killed in Memphis, like April 4th, 1968. But what you got to realize is this. He went there to help some people. The Memphis black garbage, I want to say it better than what I can. The Memphis Garbage Truck Association. Wow, that sounds better. The Memphis Garbage Truck Association, the black men, they went on strike. They went on strike. Two of their members were killed, from my understanding of it. They were striking. They had tried to strike before so many times because they wanted their wages inside of that union. Like, it was the garbage truck, like now, association, you can imagine it's black. It's mostly composed of black men. But the few white men that were there were getting better wages, get off the holidays and stuff. And we all working our butt off, and it's only few of y'all picking up trash. And then they get the wages better. They get off on holidays, Christmas time. They get to go home. And so they were like, man, hell with this. The hell with this. And so they started striking. And what Martin Luther King did, because we were in a civil rights movement at the time, we were trying to come up. And what I mean about how a parent sacrifices, now you see kids nowadays, man, they don't have a clue. They don't have they don't even have the first puzzle piece to the puzzle. Less more the last. Walking around with your pants hanging off your ass. You know, like what do you want? Well, you're already ready for that sexual perversion that you do in a hotel room. First thing you do, you gotta start taking your pants off. You're already ready. What are you doing? What are you, nuts? What are you, pecan or a banana or something? I mean, so, you look at this, they don't know. And what they don't know, I'm about to talk about. How people have sacrificed, like our parents sacrificed for a child. Because what Martin Luther King did, and now you got to think, now Tennessee, like, I don't know, it's called the Bible Belt. Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama. And I don't know why they would call it a damn Bible Belt. If it was me, I would call it a damn, I don't know what kind of belt I would call it, but back in those days, you're dealing with the Bible Belt. Now, back to what I said, Martin Luther King, what he did was he went there and got involved in it to help them with their strike in Memphis and Tennessee. I drove to Tennessee. I'll never do that shit again. I was in a van. A goddamn truck was behind me going up a hill. I was like, God damn, my mother-in-law in the back. Like, you need to, hey, please. It's raining and it's cliffs. It's nowhere else. All I can see is birthday candles. If I came off, like houses in the valley. And a truck behind me on that route, they're like, well, they don't have that route no more. I don't give a damn whether they do or not. I'm not never driving that again. Truck behind me, he's trying to make his route. We're going up an incline. And he behind me, and it's raining, and I don't know where the hell I'm going first time ever driving this. And I'm in a van with all these people's lives in my hand. And it's dark. It's pitch black at night. No lights. And it's raining. And the truck behind me, and I'm going up an incline, and the cliff right there. And I'm like, Lord, if you get me out of this, I promise you, I'll never do this again. But he went to Memphis. Now, Memphis had I think he was like the mayor or something. He was mean and a bulldog. He was bad Leroy Brown. He everything he did was against niggas. You niggas, and so I'm gonna get to the meat of the story. I mean, I ain't gonna just give you the bones. Because Martin Luther King, like I said, sacrificed for us today. We around here, what we doing today is somebody had no sacrifice. Like your mama go, mama, you don't know what your mom, just your mother bear, you don't know what the mother bear do in the honeycomb hideout to make sure that you get an education or something. But he went to Memphis to help the garbage truck workers who were trying to strike. They hadn't went on strike before, and they fired all of them. Like 32 of them, like, oh, you striking? Well, bye, go home. Don't come back here no more. And he went there. But to get to the meat of the story, and they told him, he had got word. Now, he was in Memphis helping them, talking to them, negotiating. And he's from Atlanta. Martin Luther King was from Atlanta. What is it, Ebenezer? I'm not going to get into that because I always make mistakes about the factual stuff, because I always be trying to make points, not to be factual. Like, you'll never do me like, well, you made a mistake. You said, like when I did on that video with the church, I said 307. That's like 503. Well, somebody called me. I'm like, man, bitch, you know what the hell I was talking about. What are you worrying about the numbers? But so he went there. He went there. But he had other business back in Atlanta. And he had got word, like from, I guess, the Memphis City Council or that mayor, and said, look, nigga, you got business back at home, and you get on back home where you from, boy. Because if you come back here to Memphis, we gonna kill you. Now you get on back where you came from, boy. Because if you come back here, he got word of. He said he had got word that if he came back to Memphis, if you come back here, we gonna kill you. Now you get on where you came from, nigga, but don't come back here meddling in our business. Now you get on where you from, boy. Because if you come back here meddling in our business, we gonna kill you. We ain't paying these trash workers a damn another dime. We ain't paying them to come to work with fine. Get on about your business. We don't need it. But he went back. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't know the sacrifices that were made in life for you. You walk around all indignant, no self-respect. Like no one ever cared for you. And that's a lie. And a lie don't care who tell it. As long as it get told. That's a lie. Memphis drove up in the driveway. They killed him in the driveway. Malcolm was on stage. They came up and shot him on stage. I'll never say that nobody didn't care. But that man went back to Memphis. You know, I ain't going to be too long with this because I'm going to get to the gist of it. Because when he went back there, the night before he made that speech, you know, like he had to go up to the mountaintop. Not the night before, the night when he made that speech, Andrew Young, Jesse Jackson, and his homeboy, what is his homeboy name? I can't even call it right now. That's his major homeboy. They came in the room, Martin was throwing up in the toilet. He was sick with fear. He was throwing up. And they're like, Mark, man, we're gonna go out there. We're gonna tell them that you can't make it. You can't do it. You know, you can't make the speech. Because the blacks of Memphis was out. Martin. They wait for him to come speak. Martin. Ralph Abernathy, the other guy. Ralph Abernathy. Because, you know, my computer, like, it be freezing on. I'm like, oh, man, I pull up a name. Like, what? Oh, man, I'm finna go to bed. I ain't finna pull up. You know, when you get old, your brain be like, man, I'm finna go to bed. I'm tired. I had to do that because it took me a minute. Ralph Abernathy was his boy. I mentioned Andrew Young and Jesse Jackson, but that was his boy. They went in the room with Martin. And he first told her, I can't do it. And so they went outside, and first it was telling the crowd, you know, like at a concert, like the person supposed to perform, he had to come in, and they said that no, because he was sick with the fear of death. He was in the room throwing up, sick. Because remember now, they told him, look, nigga, you get on out our town, get on back where you came from. Because you come back here meddling in our business and we gonna kill you. In Tennessee. I wouldn't go up in them hillbillies hills where they making that lick and stuff. I wouldn't go up there now. Them Blue Ridge Mountains all the way that go from Tennessee all the way across to, like, I think it's up in, like, North Carolina. So you go up there with them mountains. That's what they made that movie, like, Lost. Like, you know, that people got lost in the mountains and got on the way. You know, shit, I'm not going up there. And I'm not no scary person, but why would you go someplace? What, you know, why would you go in a pond where the crocodile, that's his territory? You don't came on. I'm not going on a place where like them, they get up, come down out them mountains and come down here in Liberty City. Where I'm from, Liberty City. Come down here with that, drive around the neighborhood and see, you know, especially back when my parents were living and we was like young boys and all that, walking the street like pit bulls. Me and my boys, my friends, you know, come out of another neighborhood walking around Liberty City if you wanna. Hey, cuz, where you going at? He go, shit, I was the one. We gonna beat your ass. So, you know, he They told him, look, nigga, don't you come back here to Memphis, boy. You come back here and we gonna kill you. And so he went back there. And so when it was time for him to go speak, he knew them people wasn't playing. You from Atlanta, cuz. You from Atlanta. You know, like when them kids was killed, the Atlanta child killing murder. It was bad enough where he was from. He better go deal with that. Which it wasn't on the horizon yet. But I'm just saying, you know, you from that's what happened when his got sicker than Tennessee. The Atlanta child killings happened after him. But I'm saying he was in Memphis at the time. Tennessee? Hillbillies? You ever seen on that movie? I think what the name of where he playing that? But dong 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 dong, and then the guy play on his guitar, but dong 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 dong, and that he'll be on the porch, boom, and then he play the guitar, boom, and he got one eye, he's skinny, he got two in the back, but dong 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 dong, like on that movie, Hillbilly. And so they told him, you bring your ass back in, we gonna kill you. And he was in his room, sick as a puppy, shitting like a puppy. You know, shitting like a puppy that don't drunk a whole gallon of milk. Scared to death. You know he did? And this is what I mean by, you don't know the sacrifices that were made for this. You know, when Ralph Abernathy and all them come in the room, you know, we finna cancel and all, like, you know, like how, like when Michael Jordan was sick, Lord have mercy. When he was sick that night, he was holding on sweat, he had the flu. He could miss a shot that night. Oh, he was the sickest. He holding on like, he's sick as a dog and had one of his best performances of his life. And you know what Martin told them? You know what he did? He said, you know, like how you grab on holding somebody, you sick, throwing up on the toilet, I'm coming. That's what Michael Jordan said. He's like, oh, I'm coming to play, I'm coming. We're going to win tonight. He might have won that night because he got up there and that's when he said. Now, I did all that to say this. You know, it's a lot of talk going around about what might happen to me by some of my sick white Tennessee brothers. Well, now imagine that night, what he went through. I don't mind. Like anybody, why would he say this? I like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm really not concerned with that now. Well, I just want to do God's will. And he allowed me to go up to the mountaintop. And you know what he said next. You don't want me to tell you what he said next? And he's allowing me to go up to, I might not get there with you. But he allowed me to go up to the mountaintop. He said, I might not get there with you. He blew his God, you damn right. We're going to kill you. The next morning when he got up in the morning, it wasn't, that next morning he was on that balcony to blew his goddamn brains out. When he gave that speech, he said, you know, it's a lot of talk going around about what might happen to me by some of my sick white Tennessee brothers. Well, I don't know what's going to happen now. We got some difficult days ahead. And like anybody, I like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm really not concerned with that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountaintop. And I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. And I just want you to know tonight that we as a people will get there. I might not get there with you. Why he said that? What do you mean? What you got to go back to Atlanta? Oh, that's not what he was saying. I might not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people shall get to the promised land. So tonight, I'm not fearing any man. I'm not scared of any, you know, like that. He damn if you ain't. I know the white boys chewing at the back. Son, go get the goddamn rifle. Go get your goddamn rifle, son. I told his ass not to come. You know, they in the crowd. I go get your goddamn. He ain't scared. Well, we gonna see about that. And that next morning, you know, like when Kennedy and Jackson was in that damn convertible Ford. That photo with the suicide doors, Kennedy said, they blew his goddamn, half of his goddamn head off. It landed in Jacqueline Kennedy, her lap. they this shit. I'm not laughing at them. Not, I respect that. But he riding down the street laughing like this, and you next to your husband, she crawl out that goddamn car back, and Lyndon Baines, who will become the next, grab her hand. Shit, they blew his skull in his wife's lap. When you read her diary, she said half his head landed in her lap. His brains and all, it landed. She said, "See, look, that if you ever see that video, she crawling out that bitch going, shit, I wasn't ready for this." And just like when they on that balcony, when Jesse Jackson on they pointing, and that was the clue, that was the signal. Now they say a lot of stuff, conspiracy theorists, shit. As soon as they pointing and shit, that famous photo and shit, man, they blew him out. They blew his goddamn brains out. You walking down the street, shaking your funky ass, wearing pocketbooks and shit, with your pants hanging off your ass and have not even a puzzle clue. You don't even have to looking at like you're in second grade or something, looking at the damn puzzle, and you can't even put the first piece down. You do not have a clue of the sacrifices that have been made for your life. You don't. This generation. They told this. They told him, look. You get on out of here, nigga. Don't you come back here meddling in our business. If you come back to Memphis, we gonna kill you. And he came back. And them crackers they were not liars. They were an honest to God people. See, if I tell you I'm a kid and I kill you, I'm not. I just show you. I'm not the one. He up there. They weren't the one to be played with. They saying he up there. You don't come back in there. If you come back here, we gonna kill you. And they blew his damn brains out. A lot of talk going around about what might happen to me by some of my sick white Tennessee brothers. Well, like anybody, I don't, longevity has this place. I don't mind like anybody. I like to live a long life. That's what he said. He said, I like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. He said, but I'm really not concerned about that right now. I ain't concerned about that. I'm trying to help these garbage truck right, get their wages right, And they blew that man's head off. They killed him, blew his brains out. So I just wanted to do that in honor of Martin Luther King. Like when he was sitting down, he talking about, I ain't laugh because I'm like that. I'll never forget the day I was sitting down signing autographs when a woman of whom I did not know walked up to me and she said, "Excuse me, sir, are you the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King?" I was sitting down writing and I said yes, but then I felt something pounding on. The lady walked up to him and fucking stabbed him. I was sitting down writing and I said yes, but then I felt something pounding on my chest. "Excuse me, sir, are you the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King?" I was sitting down writing and I said yes. That's the speech he gave. But then I felt something pounding on my chest. Black lady. She stabbed him like, "You bastard." Bam! And he had to go to the hospital. He almost died. Not to mention when he went to Memphis. He was signing his book. And that lady walked up to him and stabbed him in his chest. And she missed his aorta by inches. He almost bled to death. So I wanted to do that in honor. And that's my man. I mean, I he said a bunch of stuff like this. all that stuff, the FBI held and they exposed it about him. But we're all human. We all. I don't care what man you find. He did something that, that you could probably bring him down about, but God not gonna measure him by that. God gonna measure him by this. And each one of you listen to this. But I sent you down there to do. Did you do what the hell I told you to do? That gift I gave you. Did you go down there? That's the only thing. He's sending you as a messenger. Did you go down there and do what the hell I told you to do? And when they say yes, he said, well, come on in. Well, come on back home. Well done, my faithful servant. And I'm going to leave this video at that. I'm going to leave it at that.